For more on this funding fight on Capitol Hill over aid to Ukraine, let's bring in Georgia Republican Congressman Mike Collins. Congressman, thanks so much for being here. And you heard what Jay was saying there. Clearly, there is a stalemate over aid at this point. I do want to play a piece of tape. We heard Ukrainian President Zelenskyy meeting with Speaker Johnson today, as well as with Senate leaders. Here's what Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said after that meeting.
President Zelenskyy made it so clear how he needs help. But if he gets the help, he can win this war. On the other hand, he made it clear, and we all made it clear, that if we lose, Putin wins. And this will be very, very dangerous for the United States.
Zelenskyy says if Ukraine loses, Putin wins. What's your response to that, Congressman?
Well, I think that Zelenskyy needs to address the help. Not just here in the United States, but he needs to address getting help from the European Union, as well as the other NATO countries over in that area. You know, the U.S. is not opposed to helping, and we have helped countries all around this world with oppression. And we've done our part with Ukraine as well, especially with money, funding, and weaponry. We've given way more than the European Union or the countries individually over in Europe. And it's time for them to step up to the plate and help out. You know, Putin, we could have already taken care of Putin a long time ago if we would have just stuck with our energy independence, because that is what has enabled Vladimir Putin to go out there and invade countries like Ukraine.
Are you unwilling to support any additional aid to Ukraine then at this point?
No, I'm not inclined to help. And you know, you never say never, but I am not inclined to support any more help to Ukraine at this time. If we want to take care of an invasion, y'all have already said it. You know, they're trying to tie Ukraine with our southern border. We've got an invasion on that southern border, and we are $33+ trillion in debt. You know, right now, we better be taking care of America first and securing that border down there and making sure that we don't have an invasion of people that want to hurt us here in our own country.
Well, let's talk about that border proposal, because the White House has put forward additional funding for the border. President Biden said last week he was prepared to make significant compromises. What exactly are you looking for? What will it take for you to sit down in good faith to negotiate at this point? As Jay said, those negotiations have been stalled.
Well, they have been. And the reason is because, sure, the Biden administration has been asking for more money, but it's all going towards making sure that we have more lawyers to protect people that are coming across, to set them up, to help them have legal advice. It's also being used to house them. It's also being used to give them gift cards, transport them around this country, when what they need to do is stay in Mexico. And we need to use the money instead to build that wall, finish that wall, protect our border patrol, make sure that they have all the tools that they need to secure our border, and to give our ICE agents the tools they need to get people out of this country that are here to hurt us.
And I understand that, but that is what has been put forward in the proposal already. So why aren't those conversations happening at this point?
Well, I'm not interested in spending more money on illegal people that are here illegally just to house and keep them up. That we don't have the money to continue to do that. I think that's one of the biggest problems up here in Washington, is folks don't understand what the value of a dollar is. Now, I'm a small business person, and I understand when the checkbook's in the red, you need to make hard, tough decisions, and you need to take a hard look at what is causing you to be in debt. Now, that southern border down there with that invasion is not only just an invasion of people. Look at what it's doing to us from a human trafficking standpoint, from a fentanyl standpoint, with the invasion of drugs, drug trafficking in this country. Every state, every city is a border state and city in this country right now. And we need to secure that border first. And the way you do that is you finish the wall and you send enough people down there to have their job is to protect that border and not stand there and be travel agents as people come across.
Congressman, you voted against more military aid to Ukraine in October, but you have pushed for more aid to Taiwan. Can you explain to us where you draw the line when it comes to funding for these countries? And what do you say to this argument that democracy more broadly is at risk if you do not fund countries that are fighting against these authoritarian regimes?
Well, the biggest existential threat to this country, to our country and our way of life, is China. Now, Taiwan is a significant partner to us. And if you look at us from a standpoint of America First, anything you use has got semiconductors in it. There is not any more advanced country in this world that manufactures those semiconductors than Taiwan, and we need them. Not to mention the shipping straits there in the Taiwanese Straits. That is an important shipping lane just to get goods transported to our country. So it's a very significant difference when you look at China with Taiwan versus Ukraine and the European Union up there.
And do you generally polls have shown, Congressman, that Americans support aiding Ukraine. They understand, and while that support has waned, many Americans are in favor of trying to help Ukraine in this fight. Do you feel that your constituents are on the same page as you on this, or are you really just trying to make a stand here with this very slim majority that your caucus holds over the Republican Party in the House?
Well, let's finish up with Taiwan first. The other big thing about Taiwan is they have been asking for the weapons that they purchased. Now, they've purchased over $19 billion worth of weapons. We have not delivered any of it. But yet you turn around and we are giving Ukraine weapons. So there's a significance difference there. There's a country that wants to protect themselves and has the means, and we are not delivering on goods that we've already sold them. So that's Taiwan. Now, as far as the 10th District of Georgia, they've had enough. You've got Ukraine out there sitting there that they have given us no indication on what it means to win. What is the end game? As a matter of fact, Zelenskyy is even arguing with his top military leadership right now because they don't know what the end game is. And the other thing is we've not seen true accountability on the money that we've sent to Ukraine. And it's time for them to say, this is where the money is being spent, and this is what we really need the money for.
Ukrainian President Zelenskyy says that the aid has helped them for 2 years fend off one of the most powerful militaries in the world. You would refute that.
No, I didn't say that. But you know what? You take Israel, for instance. They can give you an accountability of everything that they are putting their money towards. But you take Ukraine, and we still, what have we got? 5 generals over there that are supposedly can tell you at 30 minutes notice where the checks are going and where the money's being spent. But we've had none of that. Congress hasn't seen that yet. At some point, you've got to say, listen, we've sent you money. The European Union needs to step up. It's in their backyard. It's in their best interest. And let them help shoulder some of the support because they certainly have not sent the amount of support that we have sent.
Georgia Republican Congressman Mike Collins, thanks so much for your time today.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.